Hi, and welcome back to the Pure MTGO set review of Dragon's Maze. Today we are going over the multicolored cards of the sets, and with me is Will Lutz.
Hey.
And Andrew Nelms.
Hello.
And let's just go ahead and jump into this, but before we do, the card we were talking about in the previous video in regards to Maze's End.
Amulet of Vigor.
Amulet of Vigor. Still don't think it's going to do it, because the Amulet deck in Modern just does not want to play Guild Gates. Okay, so let's go ahead and go with the multicolored cards. We've got ourselves Advent Worm. It's a 5/5 green worm creature with Trample.
As a habitual aggro player, I'm very excited about this guy.
I'm also pretty excited about this guy.
Andy?
I love it.
I
think it's the perfect card post-verdict.
Yeah.
Hi, I wiped your board of 3 or 4 dudes, and then at the end of your turn where you're tapped out on verdict, I'm going to make a 5/5 and just make it a nightmare for you.
In the last recording we did, I had a dream. It was turn 1, Arbor Elf or Pilgrim, turn 2, Smiter, turn 3 at the end of their turn, play this guy, turn 4 just beat past turn. When they play Wrath, you play Rootborn Defenses. Next turn, win the game.
Right now that doesn't sound like a dream. That sounds like possible reality.
It really does. I'm pretty stoked about it. So one, I'd really like to see Rootborn Defenses played. Just because.
It does see some standard play thanks to the banned aggro deck.
Ah, well, there you go. I'm really excited about it.
This card's obviously a bomb and limited.
Oh God.
A 5/5 for 4 at instant speed is fantastic. It's going to eat their probably 2 best guys.
Absolutely.
On turn 4. We can't really say anything more about Advent of the Worm other than it's really good.
Absolutely.
So we'll just go on and move to Alive Well. The Alive side makes a 3/3 for 4.
Mm-hmm.
The Well side lets you gain 2 life for each creature you control.
I'm alright with it.
Didn't that used to cost 3 mana?
4.
It used to cost 4.
4 mana. I'm really stoked.
So for 5 mana you get a 3/3 and at least 2 life.
Absolutely.
And it does play with the token theme that the Celestia Guild has.
It does.
And gives you another reason to play Rootbound Defenses.
Absolutely.
So
I think it's going to be a bomb in Limited. It might even see some constructed play. But, I mean, just an absolute bomb in Limited.
this card reminds me of Assault Battery.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the battery side, instead of dealing 2 damage, gains you 2 life.
Yeah, I'm alright with it.
Assault Battery saw a ton of play. I believe this card will see a lot of play as well.
I'd like to see it. I really would.
Let's go ahead and move on to Armed and Dangerous. Fantastic name, by the way.
Yeah.
The green side is dangerous. It says all creatures able to block target creature this turn do so. And the red side says target creature gets +1/+1 and double strike. I don't see this card being fused a lot.
No.
I see the +1/+1 and double strike being played a lot.
Absolutely. I'm just fine with that.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. I like the arm side. Maybe it gets fused from time to time. I don't care about dangerous. Armed is, I think, probably going to get played, and probably going to get played sooner rather than later.
Your thoughts, Andy?
Well, I love the arm side of it. Dangerous. Maybe it's a blowout trick and limited if you get it on the right guy. But for block limited, I don't know how many creatures have Death Touch to where that dangerous part is actually relevant.
They don't necessarily have to have Death Touch for it to be relevant. It's just, you
Just
got
big
to push through the last
the
bit.
push.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Armed Dangerous, half good, half okay.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
All right, let's go on to Armored Wolf Rider. He's a vanilla 4/6 for 5.
I like him in limited.
Art's amazing.
Yeah.
Great stats, but limited.
Yeah. Is he riding? Yeah.
He is riding an Armored Wolf.
When I saw that at first, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a wolf rider, and they'd messed up and put him on an owl because of the way that beaks out a little bit.
And you can see the Celestia Guild Mage symbol there.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Obviously, this card was not made for constructed. It's good and limited.
Good filler.
So we'll just
Good filler card. I'm alright with that.
Ascended Law Mage, 3/2 flyer hexproof for 4.
I like him.
I do too.
I like him. I don't know if we'll see constructed play anytime soon. But maybe when you don't have Geist and you still want to play Blouses, you might have this guy to fill that void.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Blouses, by the way, as you've heard Will mention to it a couple of times, is the Bant Enchantment deck. From what I understand, there's a deck similar to it in Legacy that has the name Blouses. So we've just kind of ported it over to Standard, and we kind of like it, so it's going to stay.
Absolutely.
Moving on from Ascended Law Mage, we're going to Beck and Call. The important thing to notice about Beck is it triggers whenever a creature enters the battlefield this turn.
Absolutely.
So it gets compared a lot to Glimpse of Nature.
Mm-hmm.
I think this card is going to make combo elves a thing again in Modern.
I agree with that.
And it's not really too awful in Bant.
No.
I see this card in Bant as being an additional copy of Sphinx's Revelation, that for 8 mana you're drawing 4 cards.
I can see that.
It's not the worst.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it. You know, it's not terrible playing I don't know, maybe it fits an Esper, or some kind of token generator, I don't know, something where you put tokens into play at a rapid pace on top of Call. You know, if you have to play the Call, then it's fine. If you just have the back, I mean, even just paying 4 mana and flashing back Lingering Souls, I know but the mana's perfect in this format, so it really doesn't matter what color the deck is. Just paying, you know, the 4 mana and getting 2 cards and 2 dudes is not terrible.
Right.
You know, if it comes down to it.
Anything you'd like to add?
I think Beck is going to shine in Modern and Legacy for combo elves. It's just another Glimpse of Nature.
I don't think the card will still play in Legacy.
There's better stuff, I think.
I just the mono green for elves with Glimpse. I don't see it
That's not like
adding in tropical islands and making itself more.
I mean, it's already playing crop rotation.
Yeah, but you want to crop rotate to Gaia's Cradle, not tropical islands.
Well, that's true. But it's not like it really hurts it that bad. There's so many ways for you to get the blue mana in Legacy. It becomes like almost a non-factor. You're not going to make it less than if you have to have. But it might be a win more too.
Yeah, I just don't see it adding much to Legacy elves.
Just a taste, I think.
What?
It would depend on what your taste runs.
Alright, Beetle Form Mage.
Yeah, okay.
Gains flying in 2/2. Once a turn.
I will play him like crazy in Limited.
I will too.
He's fantastic in Limited. I don't see him anywhere other than that.
No. I feel like he gives off the Basking Root Wallow vibe.
Yeah, a little bit. But the flying thing is an added plus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with having a 4/4 flyer. I'm
never not okay with having a 4/4 flyer.
Absolutely.
Alright, moving right along to Blast Genius.
I'm very excited about this card.
If you've watched our videos before or looked at outside the deck box, you've seen that I have worked on a deck, Blue-Red Stuffy Doll. I love this card. Mainly because while I was playing the Blue-Red deck, there were so many times where I was stuck with an uncastable Blasphemous Act and needed to do that damage to the opponent to kill it. And for 6 mana, being able to draw 3 cards and then discarding them and doing them for 9
seems really
with
good.
Act seems okay.
Yeah.
Or doing them for 10 with Omniscience.
Absolutely.
Or going to the face for 12 with Enter the Infinites. So Blasted Genius is one of my favorite cards in the set. It reminds me a lot of a Sorcery Speed Prophetic Bolts.
I'll give you that. It reminds me of Erratic Explosion. I'm so excited. I played Draco Explosion for a full season and a half, even when it was terrible, and had a lot of success with it. And it's just about the fun of randomly blowing out your opponent.
Yeah.
When winning games, you have no right winning, and this can do that. I like the aspect of that. I'm happy.
Alright, so let's go on to Blaze Commando. Whenever an instant or sorcery spell you control deals damage, put 2 1/1 red and white soldier creature tokens with haste onto the battlefield.
Yeah.
I think he'll see play.
Absolutely.
I
really like him in Limited.
Yeah, it's fantastic in Limited.
He's a bomb. And he's an uncommon. And that is... And everything they did in the monocolored run that I didn't like that completely changed it up in the multicolor stuff, which I guess really is the spirit of Ravnica, and that's where they're spent most of their time. But man, what a good card. I think in limited for sure, and I can see him being played outside of that, but we have to kind of see where that goes.
Yeah.
I don't know where he fits right now. Baron.
I like him a lot. I think he's a solid limited card. He could not have that ability, and I would just play him as a 5/3 body for 5. But that ability, if you can set enough cards around it, can go off the wall. It's just like having an uncommon Assemble Legion.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
All right, Blood Baron of Viscopa. It's got lifelink, protection from white, and protection from black. And as long as you have 30 or more life and an opponent has 10 or less life, he gets +6/+6 on flying. I don't know why they made a creature in the Orzhov Guild that has protection from Obzadot.
Because Obzadot eats everything in the Orzhov Guild that's not Blood Baron of Viscopa.
I don't know the storyline. I don't know if that's even true or not.
I don't know. They're buddies, though, right? Like, you can play them together and not be sad.
Yeah.
If those are your 2 5-drops in your deck, congratulations. You're probably going to win a lot of games. I'm not against it at all.
Could you see a limited deck with this guy on Obzadot in it?
Oh.
Ridiculous.
You'll win every game.
I like him. I strongly believe Obzadot's the better creature.
Oh, absolutely.
And having protection from white and from black, he's very good against Champion of the Parish, and he's good against the zombies. But by the time he's good against Falconwrath Aristocrats, you've probably already won the game.
Yeah, absolutely. He's probably a win more card, but he's fun. I'm alright with that. I like the design of him.
He'll see play.
Yeah, I can see that.
He'll see a lot of play on block.
And maybe he'll be a poor man's Obzadot.
Maybe.
Might be.
I'd say he's beside Obzadot. I get the feeling that this guy's more of a junk mid-range kind of deck where you can turn his ability on turn 6 or 7 via Thrag Tusks and Resto Angels. And then that guy is a 10/10 lifelinker, which is, believe it or not, very hard to deal with.
Huh?
Really?
Yeah. Pro merge.
You heard it here first, guys. 10/10 lifelinkers. Hard to deal with.
Absolutely.
Take that.
We're breaking ground.
We are.
Breaking ground.
We are.
Previously to that, they were considered very easy to deal with.
About to walk away and have an act of treason on that guy.
Alright, let's go to Boris Battleshaper, who's a 7 casting cost 5/5. At the beginning of each combat, up to 1 target creature attacks or blocks this combat if able, and up to 1 target creature can't attack or block this combat. It is battle orders
Yeah.
on a body that costs a lot.
A bunch.
I
mean, I'm
great
sure
and limited.
Yeah, absolutely. Great and limited.
I'd rather have Aurelia constructed.
Absolutely.
Let's move on. Breaking and entering. The breaking side costs a blue and a black, and the target player puts the top 8 cards of his or her library into the graveyard. I'm good there. I don't need to know that if you pay 4 a black and a red, you get to reanimate something. You get to put a creature card from a graveyard into the battlefield, and it has haste. I don't need to know that.
No.
Because I love mill.
There's a lot of it, Josh.
There is.
There's a lot of it. Right
and not once this season have I forced a mill draft deck.
Really?
But every time I saw a Curse of the Blade Tome in Innistrad, it looked good.
That's true. I can also remember there being something like 90 plus Mind Sculpts on your account.
Yes. I took every Mind Sculpt I possibly could. And every, the one from Champions. Champion of Kamigawa. Dampened Thoughts.
There you go, Dampened Thoughts.
Every one of those I took. So, I like mill.
Just FYI, playing in a Phantom very recently, I had a very good Boros deck, and I did get milled out. That did happen. And happened the games that he went first. So he was successfully able to race me. Now look, if I have 20 more cards...
Should have just sideboarded more in.
Ha! Beat my 7-5 card deck.
Stop
See
that.
what you can do. Nothing. That's what.
Okay, so Breaking and Entering is good.
Absolutely.
It appeals to the people who love Glimpse of Unthinkable.
Mm-hmm.
It appeals to guys like me who love Mill. And it also appeals to guys like me who love Reanimating Fatties.
Absolutely.
So...
Not bad in any way.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fine card. Bred for the Hunts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, sure. Look, if you find some way to break the Simic deck, this is probably going to be part of it. And drawing a bunch of cards and keeping the pressure up is how Simic's going to win. That's a good way to do it. I'm all right.
It's not going to see any serious constructive play.
No.
Because every deck that's going to draw cards is going to be running Sphinx's Revelation.
Yeah, that's true.
So...
Sideboard, maybe?
Maybe, but there might be a case for banning Sphinx's Revelation in block.
Well, yeah.
Because it sees a ton of play and is format warping. But again, I'm not on the Pro Tour. I wonder why. Oh yes, because I'm awful. Let's go on to Bronzebeak Moa. He is a 2/2 for 4 that can become a 5/5 for 4 whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control. He's in colors where, believe it or not, creatures are going to get cast often.
Mm-hmm.
And he appears to trigger off each creature.
He does. He does.
You're not going to make this the one of choice in a combo deck,
No.
whereas you drop a lot of dudes and attack for 21.
Right?
But this guy will be a very solid limited card.
Yeah. Look, I have a dream. I have a dream where I play Symbol of Legion and this guy, and I just win a lot. Probably in a limited format, mind you. But it just makes me very excited.
Your dreams are weird.
Not really.
Very.
What's the little red denizen? I got that in a
Founder Street Denizen?
Yeah. I got him and a Symbol of Legion on board at the same time.
Congrats, bro.
It was pretty gross.
I still lost the game.
No, I won, actually. I got Symbol of Legion to 6 tokens.
Carnage Gladiator. Anyone else want to say this guy's name?
Carnage Gladiator!
4/2 for 4. Whenever a creature blocks, that creature's controller loses 1 life, and you can regenerate them.
Alright.
Love it.
He's very Rakdos. Very, very Rakdos. He's a 4-drop in a constructed format that has a lot of really good red 4-drops.
Mm-hmm.
So your time is not now, Little Skeleton Warrior, but maybe soon.
Andy, you and I had spoke about this card, and you seem to have a plan for it.
I don't really have a plan for it. I think it shines in limited where if your opponent's not blocking, they're taking damage, and if they're blocking, they're taking damage.
Mm-hmm.
And as Rakdos, you're not the guild that's blocking. You're the guild that's unleashing stuff and just turning sideways. So you're going to either deal damage or you're going to make them lose life.
Do you is this kind of first pick for you if you're Rakdos in Pack 3?
Depends on what the pack is, but more than likely I would probably
No,
take
he's
this
not a
one.
first pick for you in Pack 3. Because if you're
He's in
drafting
Pack
this guy
1.
Pack
Was he in
3...
Pack 1?
Yeah, he's in Pack 1 now.
Oh, wow. Then,
Hey, well, guess what?
what?
The newest set gets drafted first now.
I don't like that at all.
It's fine.
I don't like it.
It gives people more time to get used to the cards.
Yeah,
Because you already know what's in Gatecrash, you already know what's in Return to Ravnica, so...
Well, and thanks to this, you already know what's coming out of Dragon's Maze. It's fine.
Accurate. Be on top of the game.
That's right.
Alright, so Catch and Release, which is something I just thought happened with Fish, is a split card. As I turn my head sideways, gain control of target permanent until end of turn, untap it, it gains haste until end of turn. So you can get a Planeswalker, because it says permanent. And the release side, which I think is the side that actually going to see play, sacrifices an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, a land, and a Planeswalker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess if you get to 9, you get to sacrifice 2 of their guys, technically.
Seems pretty good.
It does.
Seems pretty good.
I really like the release side better than the catch side because I'm sick and tired of active trees and variants. There's been 37 of them in this block.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not going to do the math. I'm sure it's actually less than 37, but I'm tired of them.
Well, it's a lot. It's enough that I told you I want to play that deck. Why
There
not?
was at least one in Return to Ravnica.
Mm-hmm.
There was one in Gatecrash,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's Plum Infinite in this set.
Absolutely.
Like, they could have just stapled the words "gain control of target creature your opponent controls until their turn" on every card.
That has
Because that's what I feel like I'm reading.
No, I feel the same way. They definitely did a lot of that. But, you know.
What's the catch?
Again, I'm not a card game designer, so
That's true.
WotC has done a good enough job to keep this game afloat for 20 years.
They're doing it. I
understand that you need a lot of active treason variants because you've got mechanics like Battalion, and you've got really aggressive stuff like Unleash, but come on! Council of the Absolute looks like 3 sea lions.
It.
Well, they're humans.
This is what they should put the art on the catch and release.
That's true.
Council of the Absolute goes on the catch part.
There you go. Super playable.
So this 2/4 for 4 pretty much says that your opponents can't cast cards that are named Sphinx's Revelation.
And that you get to cast cards named Sphinx Revelation much cheaper.
Yeah.
I'm alright with that.
I'm okay with this. I thought that Grand Arbiter Augustine IV would see a lot of play in Ascension, and he did similar things, except the naming thing wasn't there.
Right.
He just made things cheaper for you and things more expensive for them. So I like this guy. I like that he hates on Sphinx's Revelation. And with the amount of hate on Sphinx's Revelation that we've seen in this block, maybe they should have maybe not made the card?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been fun.
know.
It has been fun.
Oh yeah, it's thrilling.
I enjoy it.
I'm gonna Resto Angel my Thraktos. Oh, that's cool. Oh, and you thought you were getting back into this game? Sphinx's Revelation.
Later on, there's an answer. It'll be fine.
All right, so Council of the Absolute is very good.
Yes.
It'll see a lot of play.
Absolutely.
How about Deadbridge Chance? When it enters the battlefield, put the top 10 cards of your library into your graveyard. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose a card at random in your graveyard. If it's a creature card, put it into the battlefield. Otherwise, put it into your hands.
Why not? As a one-of, it gives you another way to bring dudes back if you're playing Reanimator. It puts a bunch of stuff in your graveyard.
It does.
I'm alright with it.
It also puts a lot of scavenge stuff in your graveyard.
It does.
Which I believe this is the point of that card, is to put scavenge stuff into the yard.
I agree with
It costs a lot more than I would expect it to, because a lot of the really good scavenge stuff, like Deadbridge Goliath, is aggressively costed. So, I like it. I wish that the dredge mechanic in Modern could support something like this, but you're not going to get the 6 mana in Modern with Dredge.
It's not going to matter.
And you're never going to get the 6 mana with Dredge and Legacy. So, it's neat. It's a card that you're going to build around. And it has some potential. I don't think you ever play that card limited.
No.
Unless you're straight up Bulgari and have every Slitherhead in the world.
Yeah, then it might be fantastic. I don't know. Look, it's not one of the worst cards ever made. I think it's going to have more an effect later on than it does right now. There's tons of ways to put stuff in your library, or from your library to your graveyard already. When that kind of weeds itself down a little bit, maybe we lose a mulch or something like that, then maybe we'll see where we're going to.
Possibly. It could maybe be a one-of.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier.
I think a one-of, it's an afterthought card. It just gives you another way to win. It is a win more card. But, when you're drawing dead, if you've played the Reanimator deck at all, there are points in time when you have just kind of given everything you've got, and now you're drawing land.
Yeah.
You rip this guy off the top, now you've got action again. It's really not that bad.
Unless you put 10 lands in the graveyard.
Which I could possibly do. I definitely have the ability to do that.
Gentlemen, let's move on to Debt to the Deathless.
Amazing.
Each opponent loses 2 times X life. You gain life equal to the life lost this turn. This way. It's a sorcery. I hate that.
Yeah.
Why could this not be an instant?
Because they made a mistake already with Sphinx's Revelation. However, think about what deck this is going to get played in. This deck,
Decks with black and white mana?
Well, decks with black and white and probably blue mana, taking their time, winning the game on a slow note, probably winning by...
I do like this as a 2-of an Esper.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't mean to keep interrupting you, but...
No, why not? Why not run this card as 2-of an Esper? There's no reason not to. It gives you a big X bomb. It's really good. Plus, think about it. They need 2 Sphinx's Revelations to get past one of these.
Yeah.
So, all things being equal, it's going to be an answer.
It's just another one of those cards that benefits off of the council.
That card is nutty in EDH.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous. Alright, well, I've got 3 players here at the table, and y'all are going to lose 6 lives, so that's 12. Looks like I'm going to gain 36. Is that right? Is my math correct?
Yeah, I'll actually back you on this one.
Alright, so let's go on to Deputy of Acquittals. This is a poor man's Restoration Angel.
Yes, it is.
I love it.
I do too.
Every day.
I do too. I think this guy's going to see some constructed play.
I do too.
Definitely going to see plenty of limited play. He's just solid, man. Good creature. Good job, R&D guys. You did good.
I like that guy. And he's a common.
He is.
Yeah.
So I believe that'll see pretty good popper applications.
Absolutely. Why not?
Alright, so we'll go on to Down and Dirty. This is the Christina Aguilera of the set. I wish I could go back and not say that. But too late!
It's out there.
The down part is a overcasted Mind Rots.
Mm-hmm.
The dirty part is return target card from your graveyard to your hand, which is an overcasted regrowth.
Yep.
I'm very disappointed in this card.
That's regrowth.
It's regrowth.
I missed my mom.
Well, I'll tell you what. This card should
It's a
actually
Teen
be
Girl Squad
called
reference.
worthless and unplayable. And I know that seems like a really hard judgment, and maybe it's a 23rd card sometime, somewhere in your draft deck. Maybe you might have to end up playing it if you're stuck sometime in one of your re-releases. The truth is, if this card's in your deck, you're probably losing. So,
It's not the worst. I mean, sometimes you want to get your
Sometimes you do want Mind Rot.
and sometimes you want to bring creatures back from your graveyard, but most of the time you just want to play dudes or removal and kind of get there.
I love the art on it.
The art's fantastic. That is something I'm super impressed with in this set. They've gotten so much better from back in the old days. The next card we're going to look at is beautiful.
The next card we're looking at is Dragon Shift.
High Knot Overrun.
No,
Because is it needed another Overload card that was a combat trick?
Sure.
Because Teleportal and
Wasn't broken.
Yeah.
for 7 mana, you make a bunch of 4 blue and red dragons.
Yeah.
Until the end of turn.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it unlimited. I'm not willing to say that it's going to be constructed worthy,
No.
but I don't know. I am the guy who played tokens recently, so
You are.
goes right in the tokens deck.
Moving right along to Drown in Filth. That's a sorcery.
Yeah.
Which kind of meh, but I believe it is a piece of removal tailor-made for Junk Reanimator. You put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then that creature gets -1/-1 for each land in your graveyard.
Which seems fair.
So Mulch isn't putting lands in the graveyard unless you're discarding them.
Absolutely.
Drown in Filth will put some lands in.
Yes.
Grizzly Salvage will put some lands in.
Mm-hmm.
This is not going to be a 4 of though.
No.
It's going to be a 2 or 3 of as removal, because really for 2 mana you're dealing with at least a mana elf, or it's scalable.
No, that's true. Generally speaking, in the matchups you're going to want this card, you're only going to want it to do at most 3.
Right.
You're probably going to salvage at the end of their turn, untap if you don't have action, do this and blow out their best field.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. There's nothing against it. I got Abrupt Decay as well. It just gives me more in my removal suite.
Yep.
I'm pretty stoked about it, actually. And it feeds the need.
I feel like it's a Junk Reanimator card, like a 2 of.
The next card is the Elf Shaman Mage Champion from Celestia,
You want to give it a shot?
Emira Tandris.
Yes!
She is a 5/7 for 7, and so many people are angry that this person is a card. And I said person when I clearly meant character. So much anger.
Really?
Because of this card, you see the elemental in the back?
Yes.
This was the art originally, from what I understand off Mark Rosewater's Tumblr,
Right?
for Voice of Resurgence.
Oh, okay.
The Voice of Resurgent card was supposed to be here, but that made her a mythic rare, And that meant she couldn't be the Maze Runner for Celestia anymore. So in a panic, they remade Voice of Resurgence,
Right.
which had this ability.
Seems good.
I think.
Oh.
Anyways, there is a lot of really mad people out there
Right.
because this is not how we wanted her to be. And I've seen people on Facebook requesting that WotC reprint this card and make it better.
Wow.
And
I
think they could have lopped off a couple of numbers in that converted mana casting cost box.
if that 5 were a 3, I think you'd be fine.
I think the body would have to be smaller though. It'd have to be like a 3/3 or something.
A 4/6, a 3/5, prevent all damage that would be dealt to creature tokens you control. Woo!
Yeah.
Not impressed.
Not at all.
This is definitely a rare ability though.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Voice of
Absolutely.
Resurgence is definitely a mythic
Mythic rare
ability.
ability. Absolutely.
I'm sorry that everyone's upset about Emra, and I'm sorry that I made light of y'all's predicaments. But as someone who doesn't follow the storyline anymore, I don't know who she is.
No.
Maybe she's buddies with Jace. Maybe she's buddy with Tybalt. I don't know. But, you know, they've made a really... WotC's made a lot of really good sets back to back to back to back to back. Just let them have this one, okay, guys?
Yeah.
Let's move on to the Rakdos Blood Witch.
Love this card.
Another 4-drop. First strike, haste, unleash. Each other creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it has haste. I wish Hellrider wasn't real,
Yeah, me too.
because she's not better than Hellrider.
But in 6 months, that card's getting played a lot.
I think she's the best Maze Runner.
Yes.
And I think she's very good. I mean, a 4/4 first striking haste guy for 4,
I'm alright.
never
with
bad.
it. What was it? Lava Hounds used to be
A 2/2.
What was Lava? I thought that was a 4/4.
Lava Hounds was a 4/4.
Oh, was it?
4/4
Okay.
Yeah.
with haste, but you took damage when it came into play.
Yeah.
This does that, and his first strike, and is awesome. Like, and giving your creatures that have counters haste on it is also awesome. I'm not against this card at all.
Yeah.
I don't think it takes over the Hellrider spot or the Walker of the Aristocrat spot. But when those cards are gone, and they will be soon, that is going to be a playable card. A very, very playable card.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it.
You're going to buy this guy low and then sell high.
Absolutely.
So, far and away is the next one. I feel like I should either be far or away.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make a joke, but I'm terrible at jokes, so... the far side returns target creature to its owner's hand for 2. The away side, target creature sacrifices a...
Target player sacrifices a creature.
I know what I just did.
I know what you did. I saw what you did there.
Yeah.
I like this card.
I do too.
I like using this card. That's a lot of tempo swing. I'm in. I
I mean,
play
for
it.
5 mana, you get rid of, you get rid of their 2 best guys,
Absolutely.
or their 2 worst guys.
Or deal with Athractos completely.
No.
No?
Do not deal with the Thractus
Because it goes
completely.
they go together.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't get
So
to
the far side would resolve.
right,
The trigger for Thractus will go on the side.
and then the away resolves.
Yep.
Darn. Well, that makes me really sad.
Yeah, they don't go on the stack.
Well,
Separate
change my
cards.
mind. I hate this card.
I still like it.
I like it a lot too.
Alright, Feral Animist,
Welcome
2
back.
for 3. Is this guy a Reaper?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Of what?
Fair
I just... I meant from what?
Guild Pact.
Oh!
Yeah.
They gave us Feral Animist
Yeah.
and Putrefy?
Yes. 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 That's it.
What was the
I guess... What was the really good Gruul card out of Guild Pact?
You know, I'm trying to think of it, and all I keep thinking of when I think of Gruul colors, I keep thinking of Hull Breach. I know that was not in Guild.
No, that was Plane Shift.
It was Savage Twister.
Yeah, but that wasn't the marquee
Wasn't
card.
there a shaman of some sort? Didn't he cost 3?
Burning Tree Shaman was a rare.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh,
I don't know.
I'm just saying, guys, you gave us Putrefy, You didn't give us Electro-Eyes. You could have given us something better than Feral Animus and Windrake.
Yeah, it's true. But you know what? That guy...
Welcome back.
Having played that guy in Limited, the reason why I give him a hearty welcome back, that guy's awesome.
Oh, yeah, he's fantastic in Limited.
Yeah, he really is. I can't wait to pay 1 green mana, give him a +3/+2, and then pay his ability and kill someone because they forgot to block him. Like, that guy's awesome with Blood Rush. I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that guy. He's going to be really good in Limited.
Alright, so the next one is Flesh Blood. Exile target creature card from my graveyard. Put X/1/1 counters on target creature where X is the power of the card you exiled. So it's pretty much a
Turn anything
scavenge.
into a scavenge.
Yeah. And Blood, target creature you control. Okay, so Blood is a fling that you don't have to sacrifice off of.
Right.
That's pretty neat.
I like Blood,
I like Blood.
actually. I think it'd be a great finisher.
So you guys are vampires then, huh?
Yes.
Get away from me.
Nah. I'm more in the Thragtusk Blood kind of boat.
No. Andy just likes the color red a lot. So, yeah, it was a gang-related joke. We'll come back to it.
I really wish we wouldn't.
I think so. I wasn't even going there.
Blood's fantastic, actually. If you think about it, like I'm okay with paying 2 mana and hitting someone for 5 at any point in
Yeah,
any game.
that's okay.
Yeah, I don't care about the rest of it.
I think Olivia Valdarin just found a best friend.
Ooh, and it's creature or player for Blood.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dirty.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is dirty.
A Thrag test, game 5. Okay, attack for 5, blaster for 5. This is fun.
I guess this makes up for Feral Animus.
Blood is kind of dirty.
A Flow Charger. Flying, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may switch. That's Flux Charger.
It is. It's alright though. So Flux Charger
Somebody else read the
is
cards.
Aquamoeba that flies and requires you to play spells.
I miss Aquamoeba now, thanks.
Right?
Moving on. That card's a fringe constructed card. And
a limited
it's
nightmare.
needed.
It is a limited turn.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Alright, Gaze of Granite. Destroy each non-land permanent with converted mana cost extra less. This is a one-shot Pernicious Steed.
I'm alright with that.
This is very good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm okay with it. I like being able to pay 4 in black and green and being able to deal with most of humans.
Yeah.
I'm just fine with this card. Andy, your thoughts on this?
I like it. It's good against aggro.
I've been in so many chat wars over this particular card this week because I think it is absolutely fantastic. And I keep getting the answer, well, yeah, but by the time you do anything good, you're going to be dead.
Nah.
Listen, any deck that you play with this in is probably going to be mid-range. It's not going to just run Gaze of Granite and then a bunch of
You
land.
know what this could go into? The Desecration Demon deck I played
In a
couple weeks ago.
In a heartbeat.
As additional mutilates.
Absolutely. This card is nuts, people. It's good times.
We'll move on to Give and Take. Give puts 3 1/1 counters on target creature. Take, remove all 1/1 counters, and you can draw that many cards for the counters you removed.
You're going to notice a theme when we come up to green and blue cards. Because I'm going to ask you if it goes in blouses.
It does not.
Okay. Because I don't know.
Because it is a... I thought about this and was like, bosses typically doesn't even play increasing savagery anymore.
That's true.
And since you have the new Armadillo Cloak,
You don't need it.
yeah, I think this card's very good and well constructed.
Andy, your thoughts?
I like this card, and I do like this card in blouses. I think it's like a 2 of, just because sometimes you just want that 3 counter pump on a Stalker, or that 3 pump counter on a Geist. The Give Take, actually, I would love to break in Bant Control, where you're casting Zagana, and then you can possibly remove that Zagana, or take all the counters off that Zagana to draw X cards, and then Resto Angel that Zagana and draw X cards again.
Having played that Prime Speaker deck, I can tell you, 1 Zagana is usually enough. 2 Zaganas and you've got the game so far in hand that it's ridiculous.
3 Zaganas in your set.
3 Zaganas is win more, I think. But I do appreciate the synergy that they did with that card. I like the design of it, actually.
Pay 6, draw 3 cards. Seems...
Yeah, I mean, people paid 6 to draw 4 with Opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
but Opportunity was instant.
Yeah, sorcery. And,
This one you need creatures for.
yeah, I'd rather play Urban Evolution if that's what
Yeah.
you're going to use it for. So, Gleam of Battle.
way too slow.
They made a mechanic for a guild in these last two sets that revolved around putting counters on creatures.
Yes.
And they made this card Boros.
Yep. That's what happened.
What?
I
guess the Simic test card Gloom of Frost
What?
didn't work.
Why is this not Simic?
I don't know.
Why am I yelling?
I don't know.
I don't either.
But I'll tell you that in Limited, that's a bomb. That's an absolute bomb in Limited. That guy's a bomb.
I highly disagree with you there.
Okay.
It costs so much in your Boros, your battalion, and things of death.
I'm not necessarily worried about being in Boros that much now that all three of these sets have come out, because you're going to be playing 3 colors. You're going to have the mana to fix it. You're, in the right deck. That's fine.
I feel like on turn 6 I'm winning if I'm Boros.
Maybe.
Gleam of Battle doesn't seem like a I'm winning right now card.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I think to
not
be
a
fair,
collective blessing, but
because
it does.
Collective Blessing should just be an auto win. Because you're probably going to have 3 or 4 dudes on board
It shouldn't
by the
be,
time you're...
because I've seen people cast Collective Blessing into an empty board. Seriously, this card makes no sense to me at all.
I'm with you. I'm just trying to have the.
This is also the first time I've actually seen it.
Oh.
And I am...
Awkward battle.
I am just... Whenever a creature you control attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it, but it's red-white.
Sure.
But Simic wants counters, Simic. I feel if I were a robot, this would have created a paradox and my head would have exploded already.
I can agree with that.
Anyway, I don't want to talk about Gleam of Battle anymore. It's just
And
bad
Goblin
news.
Dread.
Goblin Test Pilots.
All right.
He's a flyer.
Yes.
Whoa boy.
So that means he gets to block Lingering Souls tokens.
He does.
Whereas as a Shadowcaster, he gets to just kill them outright.
Right.
He deals 2 damage to target creature or player chosen at random. Cute. Doesn't deal with anything hexproof.
Nope. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just so weird that it's target creature or player chosen at random, but it's targeted. I figured it would have said...
It's because you target everything,
Yep. And then you choose
and
at random.
then you choose at random for it.
Gotcha.
Which is why you don't get to get hexproof guys.
But let me tell you, that was really, 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 really good in the set that had all the spirit creatures. The spirit bear, the spirit spectral dragon, and all that crap.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic against that. Like, wipe your board. Gotcha. Other than that, not so good.
Okay, so Gruul World Chance, and we're just moving on from test pilots.
I'm with you.
World Chance. Each attacking creature you control gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures this turn.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's an enchantment. So it's Powerheart Wolf without Powerheart Wolf.
That can't die.
And actually makes your guys better.
Yeah. I'm actually okay with it.
There's been a lot of times where I've played the mid-range, or not mid-range John, but the aggro John, or the red-green deck where I've wanted something like this, to where I've considered playing Powerheart Wolf. Because keeping them from blocking generally lets me win the game.
Absolutely.
So I like that card a lot.
I do too. I think that it's going to find its way into those decks as maybe a 2 or 3 of. I definitely don't see 4, but
No.
2 or 3 of that guy. You hit it on turn 4, he'll do everything that you want your Hell Rider to do.
Yeah.
But be there again next turn. I like it. I like it a lot.
Sideboard card for gems. Just for your aggro matches and having a way to push through.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Hunter of Night Veil, 3/4 creatures your opponent control get a -1, -0.
I wish he were a 3/5.
I wish he flew.
Well, then neither one of us like this card.
It's clearly just a limited card, so
Absolutely.
that's not even... It's good and limited, because anything that makes your opponent's creatures more manageable is better for you.
Absolutely.
Sphinx! Flying Vigilance. Whenever the attacks, other attacking creatures get +1/+1 until end of turn.
That's clearly a Boros card. Finding a home in Azorius.
Okay. I think they just gave up R&D at the end.
No, they didn't give up. You know what I think? Because in the pre-release, you get a secret ally. It could be, if you're Azorius, you could be Boros.
Absolutely.
Your secret ally could be Orzhov.
Absolutely.
It could be Simic, because they share colors. I think this card and the Gleam of it doesn't even share color with Simic.
No.
It can't even be your
It
secret
does
ally.
with Rakdos, though.
But this card I see it kind of bleeding the secret ally over.
I agree with that. And you know, when you think about how they're setting this up,
Team of battle.
I get it. But this is really, I mean, very clearly a Boros card. Thank you very much for putting it in Azorius. I would have loved to have seen a 5/5 flyer for 5. That was awesome.
She's a 1/5 flyer for 5.
And not awesome. But it has vigilance. I mean, look, if I get it in limited, I'm going to play it. Just because it has vigilance and flying and gets my people stuff. I'm fine with it. But other than that, just kind of lackluster. It is what it is.
Corrosive Gorgon. 2/5 for 5. Death touch. Remove 1/1 counter from creature you control. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Okay, at least Scavenge plays with counters.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So does Simic. Secret ally.
Perfect card
There we go.
for that. Absolutely.
Again, another limited card. I don't see this making an impact in Constructed at all.
No. No. Crisis Incubator, or Incubation, I really like in limited. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Offense, defense, if I'm doing nothing, I can just make dudes bigger. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really expensive pacifism that can have reuse at the chance of making the guy that was previously pacified better. But I mean, it's fine.
I'm alright with it.
Yeah. Lavinia of the 10th. 4/4 for 5 with protection from red.
I'd like to go on record and say you will not be taking her away from me, giving her haste, and attacking me with this card. It will not be happening. I don't care if you have 15 different ways to do it in this set. Not happening. They all have
Still
red.
have all these action treasons.
Well, they don't. They all have red, and they're called somewhere. This lady is safe from that. Other than that, I think she's fantastic.
She's very good when you need to find a Wrath but can't find it yet.
Absolutely.
And need to tap down a lot of things so that you don't die.
And, you know, if you play her with Resto Angel, she's not an angel, right? Yeah.
She's not an angel. She's a human soldier.
I mean, that's turn after turn of just goodness that can happen. I really like that
So
card.
did you.
So this guy and Resto Angel and Deputy of Acquittals and
This guy again.
Snapcaster
And
Man.
Cloud Shift.
Yeah.
and-
Cloud Shift. Yeah. Thanks, Josh.
I don't know if they played that deck all together, but I mean, I will tell you that very good in several decks.
It's another speed bump card.
Mhm.
I think it goes well in Esper, and I think it goes really well in Blue White Red Flash.
Absolutely.
Mainly because it's a way to deal with Boros Reckoner that isn't just Supreme Verdict.
Absolutely.
Any other thoughts?
Solid all around.
Yeah.
Legion's Initiative.
Love it.
Amazing.
Red creatures you control get +1/+0. White creatures you control get +0/+1. Exile all creatures you control. At the beginning of the next combat, return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control, and those creatures gain haste until end of turn. It's fantastic.
Great card.
Yeah.
Great card.
Very good mythic. I do believe the extra combat steps should be a mythic ability.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great.
Me too. I can't think of anything wrong.
It's like a crusade or a glorious anthem.
with a little extra.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay
I'm
with.
fine with that.
I love it. That and Legion's Initiative and Boros Reckoner are going to be best friends.
Yeah.
Because I get a 4/4 Boris Reckoner, bro.
And my 4/4 Boros Reckoner can deal with your 4/4 Smiter.
Master of Cruelties. 1/4 for 5. First strike, death touch. Only attack alone. You'll never go into the battlefield with another man,
No.
or woman, or
anything.
beast. Whenever he attacks a player and isn't blocked, that player's life total becomes 1. Masters of Cruelties assigns no combat damage this combat. Important to note, Master of Cruelties doesn't actually win you the game.
No.
It just makes it easier to win, which is neat.
You know what he does allow you to do?
He allows you to make a ninja.
He allows you to not care what your opponent's life total is.
Yeah, it's another Sphinx's Revelation card.
Absolutely. Well, not only Sphinx Revelation, but
Thragtusk.
Thragtusk, Astral Angel, all that stuff. It doesn't matter. I get through one time with this guy, the game's probably over that turn.
Yeah.
I really like this guy. And
I do
everything
too.
that he's in.
I like him a lot. I don't think he's worth the hype he's been getting.
No.
I think he's a very solid card. I think he attacks the metagame in ways that haven't been attacked yet. Making someone's life go to 1 is absurd.
Absolutely.
Because they think they're so safe at their 30. And then you're suddenly at 1.
It makes their blocks down, you know, everything that happens. Like, that guy I can see getting double blocked by Thragtusk plus Thragtusk often.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to change how things work in that range. I'm just fine with it. No issues from this guy.
Make that guy unblockable and I'm all in.
If only they had made a way to do that.
I mean, there's a couple cards in the format I can give it, like Ghost Form and
Teleportal.
Hey, you know what? Your life total going to 1 on turn 6.
Yeah,
I'm not going to complain about it.
we're actually just going to play Grixis with this guy. Lots of Burn, Blast of Genius, and Bluster Squall.
Sorry.
And at the end of your turn, we're going to play this guy, go to your turn, and our turn, tap down all your dudes, attack you, put you to 1, and then shock you, or whatever it is that we're going to do. Okay.
Maw of the Obsidots. Sacrifice a creature. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Neat.
Like it.
Nice limited card.
Super good limited card.
Yeah.
He's buddies with the
Tokens.
yeah.
He could actually maybe see play in the red, white, black tokens deck you've been all upon, or maybe Aristocrats.
Could be.
I mean, he does make everything bigger.
Yeah.
Not the worst. Malik Isn't Paragon, 2/4 for 6. Play with the top card of your library. You may cast the top card of your library with an instant or sorcery. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your library, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. This guy is not very exciting. I'm not a fan. But I'm fairly certain that there's going to be ways to do nutty things with him it's constructed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This guy makes everything really good. As far as every spell in your deck becomes an honest to God threat, whether it was before or not.
Yeah.
If you want to play it in blue, white, red, and you have an Azorius Charm sitting in your library, what do you think the chances of them attacking are? You know, very little. If you get to think twice, even better. You know, like you get to rifle through your deck pretty quickly, get to make things work. I like him a lot.
I like it because it's a future sight variant.
Mhm.
I enjoy playing with future sights.
Absolutely.
But I don't know if, because we've seen Magus of the Future, and he didn't see much play.
No.
I just don't know if a more limited future sight is going to be played.
Also, why do you cost 6,
I
Paragon?
originally thought he cost 5.
No, he got 6.
6 is a little much.
Six is still something people are going to work around. I do. I get the feel of this guy as Drawnu, and Drawnu turned out to be really good for a time.
This guy's nothing like Drawnu. Drawnu
Nothing like it.
As a
He
resource.
did, but he gives off the feel just because you can cast cards from a different zone.
Then he gives off the feel of future sight.
And then doubles them.
I've never played Future Sight.
It's Future Sight and fork
Yeah.
together every turn, which I'm alright with that.
Everybody wants fork.
I don't know what to say. I think he'll be good eventually. Just not right now.
Alright, let's move on to the Mind Drinker. And let's speed this up a little bit, because
We're coming into an hour.
we are.
We're almost done though.
We are.
Yay.
Mind Drinker, fine, 5 mana, 2/4. When he deals damage, they mill cards off the top of his or her library until they reveal 4 land cards. I'm okay with that.
He costs 5.
He
He's
is
properly
he is.
costed. I like this guy.
He's Nemesis a reason,
Yeah,
for the
he
most
is.
part.
Yeah, he
And I like Nemesis a reason.
I'm okay with it.
By the way, I like Mill.
He likes turtles too.
Morg Burst. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. It deals damage to a target creature or player equal to the target card returned this way. Costs 6.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll play it.
Yeah,
I'll play it in limited.
limited playable, constructed, no way. Not right now.
If it went back to the battlefield, maybe.
Yeah.
That's just to your hand now. Mimic Cyclops. Defender, 1/4 for 3. When you cast an instant or sorcery, it gets +3/+0 and can attack this turn so it didn't have a defender. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Because he's a horn turtle, and otherwise he's a 4/4 that battles.
Look, I like We Dragonauts.
Yep.
I think this card's just fine.
Yep, me too. You're
Love this card in Pauper with Temporal Fissure Storm. Casting a big storm spell, making that guy giant, crushing for 1 turn.
yeah, because the Temporal Fissure deck has a really hard time actually winning the game.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, it wins the game because it bounces everything, and you know they're expected to concede. But you're like, whatever. You don't have a way to kill me in play. You got a mnemonic wall.
Okay,
Neat.
so, alright.
So Cyclops, yeah, make a bunch of...
Turning sideways for 37 and Pauper seems pretty solid.
Are you actually getting the bonus off of the Storm copies? Because you're not actually playing them.
Because this is when you cast.
Yeah. So I don't think you get...
Ugh.
I don't think you get Storm copy counter or bonuses.
But I mean, you're gonna.
But you're gonna be getting
comboing.
plus. You're gonna be getting like plus 15 anyways.
Yeah, you're still getting lethal
Yeah.
off of it.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, plus 15 is not lethal. But
Close
whatever.
enough.
Notion Thief, 3/1 flash. If your opponent would draw a card, select the first one he or she draws, and each of his or her draw steps said that player skips that draw, and you draw a card.
Raise your hand if you think Sphinx Revelation needed some hate. This is some of it. That's how
I still.
this card.
I mean, Sphinx Revelation's obviously the first card it counters. It makes their thing twice as irrelevant. It makes their Azorius terms somewhat irrelevant. All around stupid. Zagana.
It doesn't make Charm irrelevant.
Yeah.
Because the important part is, except for the one he or she draws on each of his or her draw steps.
Mm-hmm.
So if they charm at the end of the turn, this gets replaced. Because it's not in their draw step.
Yeah, I'm saying it replaces their draws.
So I would get to draw the card off
Yeah,
their charm.
you get to draw the card off the charm, you get to draw the card off the thing twice. There's Zagana.
This card's not nearly as good as everyone's making it out to be.
No, but it'll get played.
It will.
It'll get played.
Avery at its best.
Opposite Aid. Sorcery, 5 casting cost, return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. I absolutely have to return Omniscience with this card.
At least once. At least once.
Oh my god, it's the best idea ever.
I really like this card.
I do too.
I think it's going to be fun. That's
I
about all you can say.
like that it gets more than just creatures. I like the permanent thing. I like that it can get a Sorin back. I like that it can get a Gideon back. I mean, it's just
So much potential for it.
thumbs up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I enjoy it.
Good card.
Pilfered Plans is a divination that has middle top 2 cards attached to it.
I mean, I'm not against it. I don't know if it's easy to play soon, maybe in block, but it's not too bad.
I mean, I'll play it, but
Since you love Mill.
I do love it. It's fine. Whatever. Plasm Capture. It's
Doesn't
2 green, 2 blue. Counter target spell at the beginning of your next pre-combat main phase at X mana in any combination of colors. Any combination. It's not just colorless mana. To your mana pool, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. So just to remind me, X is 0 any place but the stack, right?
Correct.
So they...
Actually, X in this one would actually count for the actual spell cost.
Yeah, that's why I said X
Anywhere
is
but the
0
stack.
anywhere
Oh,
but the
yeah.
stack. So a Revelation for 11 gets you 11.
Yes.
Neat!
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it is a more fair mana drain.
Absolutely.
Except that it lets you add color mana instead of colorless.
Which makes it a completely and utterly unfair match.
Yeah. It's bonkers.
I just like countering your Thrag Tusk untapping and playing Omniscience. So there is that.
Just saying.
We like Omniscience. Next. Profit Loss.
Love Profit.
Love Loss.
I like this card.
I do too.
I mean, I'm not in love with it, but it's fine.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. My favorite card in this whole set is coming up next.
Progenitor Mimic?
Yes.
I'll let you take this one.
Progenitor Mimic. You may have Progenitor Mimic enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it gains at the beginning of your upkeep. This creature isn't a token. Put a token or into the battlefield that is a copy of this creature. I love this card. I love this card.
Evil Twin sees play, Clone sees play, this guy will also see play.
Absolutely. Hands down.
The chance of making extra Thragtusk or extra Restoration Angels or extra Angel of Serenities, the guy's great.
Absolutely. He might actually see play in place of a couple of Zagunas in the Prime Speaker deck for sure. He just does as much, if not more.
Wait, I think he does more because the way it's worded. You may have him enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature. It gains this ability. And if this creature is in the token, put a token. So does it copy every turn?
Yes. No. Just when it comes into play. And then it makes a copy every single turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every turn. So you get Resto Angels every turn for your Thragtusk, or you get new Thragtusk every single turn, or you get new Angel of Serenity every single turn, or you get, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is card advantage on a stick that probably doesn't stink. So I am just fine with that card.
Probably my second favorite card in the set. Protect and Serve. Target creature gets -6, -7 until end of turn. Target creature gets +2, +4 until end of turn. Okay, neat.
Good limited card. Yeah, I'm liking it.
Putrefy.
Welcome back.
I loved you 7 years ago. I love you again. Actually, maybe more than 7 years. Probably 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 years. Sure.
Yeah, I'm all right with the can't be regenerated stuff. Yeah, it's all right. It's not bad.
Yeah. Murder has evolved into Putrefy.
That is exactly what's going on.
Everyone that's ever cast Putrefy before knows that it's good. It's still the same card. It's still good.
Mm-hmm.
It just has really weird arts.
It does.
Everybody dig up your Ravnica block ones.
Rail Zarek. This guy's neat.
I like him.
I do too. I like him with Gilded Lotus, just like I like the Hector spell with Gilded Lotus. I like that he can protect himself for -2.
Mm-hmm.
I like the extra turns. I like that he protects himself. Like both of his abilities protects himself.
Absolutely.
But the first ability, you cast him on turn 3, and you kill something.
Mm-hmm.
And then turn 4, you bring out Gilded Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously you've accelerated into him.
Right.
Then turn 5, you can make a 6-drop on turn 4 with your Gilded Lotus.
Which seems pretty good.
And then turn 5, you can make multiple dumb things with him. And granted, he's not just here for Gilded Lotus. The guy's a good planeswalker. You know he's a good planeswalker because he's got a blue mana symbol in his box.
That's true.
That
is true.
He's all around.
Well, he goes well with the Jaces. He's fine with pretty much everything that's out right now.
Yeah.
There might be another version of Super Friends where he kind of steps into, the Gideon spot because Gideon has decided to just become dumb. So this guy, I really like this guy. Solid card.
Well, let's move on to Ready and Willing. Creatures you control are indestructible. Untap each creature you control. Creatures you control get Vault of the Archangel. For 6 mana? Okay.
Yeah, I'm alright with it.
Yep.
Probably one of my favorite cards in the set.
Yeah, I'm going to absolutely blow you out. Congratulations.
Yep. Thanks for playing.
Yep.
Reap Intellect. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose up to X cards, or X non-land cards from it and exile them. For each card exiled this way, search the player's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name as that card and exile them. Okay.
Great. If Jun doesn't Rakdos return you first, that's a good Rakdos return back.
Yep. I like it. The art's weird.
I think it's a little slow.
I agree that.
Yeah, because it costs 5 mana to get a card. And for 4 mana, we've been able to Cranial Extraction
And get
or
4
Memoricide.
Absolutely.
So
I don't think.
I think the deck that wants this, when they're casting this spell, they could be casting the white-black X spell and killing them probably.
I don't know about all that.
yeah, that's
I mean, what is this an answer? Is this yet another answer to, okay, well, I've gotten off this big, huge Sphinx's Revelation, and I've untapped, and now you're trying to get cards out of my hand?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't like it that much. I'm not sold on it. It's neat. It's really cool. I think in other formats it's probably going to be fun. But, in constructed standard it's just not going to happen to me.
Render Silence. Counter target spell, this controller is silenced.
I really, really like that card.
I do too.
I like it a lot.
Usher or Absorb.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, though? I'm okay with not having Absorb because they can't. You're in the control matchups. They don't get the big turn anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that.
Your thoughts?
Like it. I think it goes side by side with Dissipate.
Restore the piece. Return each creature that dealt damage this turn to its owner's hands.
Yeah,
Man.
Not really like it.
I don't know.
I think it's like a limited trick and that's it.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Maybe if you're playing against Celestia, this that's very important. When your PT or when you're doing your pre-release, or Sword of the Peace really wrecks the token deck.
Does.
Really wrecks the token deck if you don't die when they hit you. But other than that,
Alright, Rock Farm Skeleton. Can't
Yeah.
block 4/1 for 4 with the ability of paying 2, a black and a green. Put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. Return Rock Farm Skeleton from your battlefield to the graveyard. Activate when you can play sorcery. I like stuff like this because I like Icarid. I like Nether Spirit.
absolutely.
I don't think it's going to see any serious play, but I think he's neat.
I do too. And look, anytime that you can put stuff in your graveyard and manipulate it, and you get a guy, look, if he could block, it'd be better. But he's not bad. I mean, you might see some play on that guy.
Rurik Thaw the Unbowed. Vigilance Haste attacks each turn available. When you cast a non-creature spell, he deals 6 to that player. 6 for a 6/6. Deals 6 when they Supreme Vertical him. Deals 6 when they Devour Flesh him.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean he's fine.
I'm just fine with it.
I think that guy will see constructed play.
Yeah,
Jund will have a solid finisher.
Jund has multiple solid finishers.
This will have
Absolutely.
it'll have +1 then.
Savageborn Hydra. This is the first Hydra that they've ever printed that can see constructed play.
you are correct.
Double strike, X1/1 counters on them, so you're getting a 2/2 double striker for 4. And then you can put a 1/1 counter on them for 1 and a hybrid.
I'm just fine with that.
I am too.
I am very, very happy with that card.
I will play that guy all day.
Scab Clan Giant. Say 4/5 for 6. When he enters the battlefield, it fights target creature and opponent controls. Chosen at random. So 2 men enter, 1 me leaves. Showstopper. Until their turn, creatures you control gain. When this creature dies, it deals 2 damage to target creature and opponent controls. Love it.
Yeah, I'm alright with that.
The flavor. Because Rakdos doesn't care about his guys dying.
That's true.
Because it's not like they're blocking anyways.
No, that's very true. I'm alright with it.
This was playmat art for Kansas City.
Really?
I'm jealous. Sin Collector. We're almost done. We're getting there. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose an instant or sorcery card from it and exile that card.
Fantastic card.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Getting rid of a Revelation or a Verdict or a Devour Flesh or anything that is an instant or sorcery.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm just fine with.
Sire of Insanity. Beginning of each end step, each player discards his or her hands.
Yay!
Love
6/4
really?
for 6.
Love it.
I don't love it.
I'm okay with it.
I think this guy's home is.
You cast it and then they don't have answers for it.
Yeah, that's true.
They have to have an answer for it when it comes in, or it has to be on the top of their deck.
Yeah, alright. I'll give you that. And constructed? Like, any realm of constructed?
I think it has a home in the red, white, black mid-range deck. Cast
I can see that. Much better home than the 1/5 guy. Because the hardest thing that Sire had was dealing with other mid-range, or the hardest thing that the red, white, black control deck, in my experience, had was dealing with other mid-range decks.
Right.
And I think this will help it out.
Yeah, alright. Willing to take a look.
Another Frog Beast. Beginning of your upkeep, return a creature you control to its owner's hand. He costs 5. He's a 6/6. He's returning Thragtusk.
Could be pretty good.
Yep.
I think that guy shines unlimited with a ball for just bouncing
Yep.
him and just he reminds me of Leyline Phantom without the bad ability.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Spike Jester, 3/1 for a black and a red. They made Shred Freak, and he was a 2/1, but he had hybrid.
Yep.
This
guy's
guy's
good.
1 bigger. He's fine.
Yeah, I like it.
Tajic, Blade of the Legion. We previewed this card. Pete John read about it. I think he's great.
I do too.
I mean, a 2/2 indestructible for 4 is not bad. The battalion ability makes him a 7/7. I think he's I think he's a fine 4-drop.
I agree.
He reminds me a lot of Chomano,
Yep.
except Chomano was awful.
Then he reminds me of Chelmano's Revolutionary.
It was so awful. Anything anyone else wants to add? I'm just trying to speed things up a little bit.
I think he's a 2 of in the humans deck as a finisher. Maybe if you put a wrinkle on him, he's just ridiculous. But other than that,
Yeah.
Everything's ridiculous with a rancor on it. Teysa, Envoy of Ghost. Protection from creatures. 7-drop, 4/4. When a creature deals damage to you, destroy that creature. Put a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying into the battlefield.
Gotta tell you, I'm not against it.
I'm not either, but I don't know where she fits. She's fantastic and limited. She's a stupid bomb.
I'll tell you where she's probably like a one of in the Reanimator deck, just because you get her out early enough. If you don't have the Crater Hoof draw, and you're not, it just gives you another way to answer the aggro decks. They just can't be.
I don't think she sees a bit of constructive play.
You don't think?
I don't think so.
Alright.
Tithe Drinker. 2-1 for a white and a black. Lifelink, extorts. Fine, dude.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Play all day unlimited.
I'd play them.
Black, white,
There may be a good extort deck.
I think there can be.
Toil and Trouble. Target creature draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. So it's a more expensive Sign in Blood and a less expensive Sudden Impact.
Yeah, I'm actually okay with that.
I am too.
I like it a little more than Sun and Blood, just because it's 1 black.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm fine with that card.
It'll see some play.
I agree.
Shiny Summoner, fantastic and limited. I don't think we need to go any further.
No, it doesn't.
Maybe it actually may not be the worst reanimation spell targets.
Oh yeah.
Because you're getting 2, 5, 9, 10 power for 7 mana. So you'd be getting 10 power for 5.
Which isn't too bad.
Not the worst.
And it does chalk up the board in the aggro matchup.
Yeah.
Like, it puts a lot of stuff in play, so.
I could see this in Reanimator, where you're reanimating this one on 4 and casting Crater Hoof on 5.
Oh.
That was actually pretty neat.
Oh, alright.
So you're swinging for
Lethal.
40 on turn 5.
Grade and limited.
Great limited.
We'll see some fringe constructed play.
Absolutely.
Turn and burn. Target creature loses all its abilities, so Thragtusk no longer is a 5/3. It's a 0/1 that doesn't make a 3/3.
Which I like.
Burn deals 2 damage to target creature or player.
This one deals with Thragtusk.
Yep.
Right?
Yes, this
Right?
is a Thragtusk.
Yes!
Right?
This,
This is a 0/1.
he's
Right,
a 0/1.
he does.
Yeah.
The flavor of this card, I know we're talking it deals with Thragtusk. I imagine this dealing with an Angel Serenity that your opponent has, where he has, I don't know, multiple Resto Angels or multiple Thragtusk or another Resto Angel on the board and or off the side with the Angel. They're like, kill that Angel. Oh, you get none of your dudes back. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm alright with that.
Yeah. Unflinching Courage. Enchant creature gets +2/+2 and has trample and lifelink. Love it. Wisdom glasses.
Can I just sleeve up my Armadillo?
You cannot,
This game's unfair.
because Armadillo Cloak didn't give lifelink.
I know they've changed that, which I
Change
love.
life equal to
Right,
damage
yeah,
dealt.
right.
Scar Strikes. We're almost done. We're getting there. 2/2 for 3. Each creature card in your graveyard has Scavenge. Sacrifice another creature. Regenerate Scar Strikes.
Really like it.
Yep. Feeds himself to make himself bigger.
Yep.
Feeds the graveyard.
I really think there could be a deck based around that guy.
I do too.
I think
A lot
he's
with
very
Troll
good.
and him hold hands and skip along the Golgari way.
Yeah, they're very, very happy.
Viashino First Blade. When it enters, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Haste 3.
Maybe a Boros guy.
So it's
He's
a
definitely
4/4
Boros.
4/4 haster for 3. Not too bad.
I really like that guy.
Voice of Resurgence is next.
Love it.
2/2 for 2. Probably the best card in the set.
Just broken. Yeah, absolutely broken.
It says whenever your opponent casts Restoration Angel on your turn or casts Sphinx's Revelation, you put another creature into play with its power or toughness equal to the number of creatures you control. This card's good. We don't have to waste your time telling you it's good. Everyone who can read the English language or whatever language the card's printed in knows it's good. Moving
Very,
on.
very good.
Varol of the Hallclade. For each counter on target artifact, creature, or land, put another of those counters onto that permanent. Doesn't hit planeswalkers. I don't care.
I'm with you.
Anyone else?
100% agree there.
I'm the same thought process.
War Leader's Helix. It's Lightning Helix for 4 mana that deals 4 and gains 4.
I love it.
Love it.
Nothing else to say.
It'll see constructed play. It's a bomb unlimited. It's great.
Absolutely.
Warped Physique. +X, -X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. It's removal. It's a pump.
It's right in Esper,
It's-
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm alright
It's
with it.
always going to kill whatever you have,
Mhm.
or whatever you want. Wear and Tear, it's a disenchant variance. It's set to can kill an artifact and enchantments
Yeah, absolutely.
or fuse. Either way, it's just going to be more
Sideboard play, I like the card.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be fun.
sideboard card.
It's got a place.
Woodblock Crawler, Black, blue, protection from green, forest walk, 2/1, cyborg card. If there's a lot of green being played, he's great against Thragtusk unless there's a wolf run in play.
Slows down the early beats from the red-green
Yeah.
decks. You know, solid.
Very
card.
good against Burning Tree Emissary.
Mm-hmm.
Zertal Ancient, 7/5. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, that player adds 1 mana of his or her mana pool to any type that land produced. I like Mana Flare abilities. I like Mirari's Wake. I don't like this guy.
No, but he's a 7/5 for 5. That's pretty awesome. So,
Mainly, I just don't like this guy because with Wake or Mana Flare, it was so much harder to deal with.
that's true.
And this guy is just murder, putrefy, any creature removal.
No, I get that, but
Swift Gust of Wind.
But if you untap with this guy and you have Wolf Run and play, you win.
Well, yeah.
I don't like this guy because on a format where Olivia exists, if you cast this guy, you're probably tapped out and your opponent's untapping with full mana, and then they're just blowing that guy out and getting your Olivia to giant size, and you just wasted a turn.
Absolutely.
Forsooth. Zertal Druid, 1/1, red-green, add a green to your mana pool. Whenever you tap him for mana, it deals 1 damage to each opponent.
Love that guy.
I do too.
He's fantastic.
Goes
in the humans deck.
I think he goes right in red-green aggro too.
You could.
I'll give you that.
Turn 2 that guy.
Alright, so what are your all's plans for the weekends? Pre-release wise.
I am going to do a midnight pre-release on Friday, and then work the rest of the weekend.
Sounds good. Andy, yourself?
I plan on doing a midnight pre-release on Friday, a pre-release somewhere on Saturday, and a pre-release somewhere on Sunday.
If you're in the North Carolina area, you should stop by CapeFearGames.com or Cape Fear Games in Wilmington and play at the pre-release there. If you're in Kentucky, we suggest going to hang out with us and have fun at either Lucky Bard in Bardstown or Hard Knocks Games in Radcliffe. Before we wrap up, favorite card, Will?
It's really hard to say for me. I'm torn between a few. I'm going to go with Advent of the Worm because it's huge.
Andy, your favorite card?
Voice of Resurgence.
And my favorite card is the Blast of Reason. I believe that's his name, right?
Absolutely. Blast of Genius.
Blast of Genius is my favorite. Is my favorite card, and Gleam of Battle is a close never. I don't get it. Blast of Genius. We're gonna wrap up this video. What we'll do is we'll have a little bit of text to go along with it, with each of our top favorite cards in the sets, and we hope you enjoyed this look at the multicolored cards of Dragon's Maze. Have fun at your pre-releases, and thanks for checking us out here on PureMTGO.com. Have a good weekend.
Good luck, guys.
And gals.